This is the fried chicken guide. I'm gonna show you almost every way to make fried chicken, 32 total methods. So we're splitting it amongst 3 categories: methods, American, and international. We have a team of taste testers that will be eating every single style of fried chicken to determine a winner for each category. But here's the catch. Once we decide those winners, I'm gonna combine them all into one singular recipe, which could end up being the greatest fried chicken of all time. So there are 4 rules. Rule number 1, no bullshit methods like putting your chicken under a clothing iron, okay? We're only making real, proper recipes with legitimate technique. Rule number 2, these can't be made up. Every single one of these have to be a real, legitimate fried chicken recipe that exists. Rule number 3, unless it needs to be recipe specific, we are only using boneless, skin-on chicken thighs for everything else. Rule number 4, every chicken must be uniquely its own, okay? No similar recipes except for the methods section, right? Because we need that to be the same in order to have a control. I'm ready to go, the taste testers are ready to go, and they'll be rating this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being unfit for human consumption, and 10 being the greatest piece of chicken in their life. So let's make this, shall we?
First, we're beginning with methods. The conclusion is there's 6 main methods for cooking fried chicken. That's obviously breaded. I'm gonna start by finding the best. Now, the control here for all of our methods is boneless, skin-on chicken thighs with the same marinade and dredge. And every full recipe will be in the link in the description. Oh, also, so will my cookbook, which is in the link in the description. Look at that. You should definitely pre-order, please. Before we begin, let's make all of our chicken. Again, it's the same for all the methods. So for your marinade, it's very simple. I have a lot of recipes for this. Buttermilk, pepper, sugar, MSG, salt. You mix it together and you can fridge it overnight, or at least an hour. And for your dredge, flour, salt, garlic, MSG, onion powder, and black pepper. Whisk together. I've got my fancy crispy bits technique. A little marinade into the flour. Gets those balls. In goes the chicken, dredge thoroughly. What's the rule? You never leave a single bald spot on that chicken. Now, for method number 1, air fryer. Our old friend. We're on speaking terms now. Now look, there's a number of ways you can bread chicken. Is this the best way to bread it? I don't know, but we're going with a classic buttermilk fried chicken for all of these. And to make this more fair, I sprayed the chicken all over with cooking oil so it air fries properly. Turn the air fryer on, pop it in for 9 minutes, you flip, and then another 5 minutes. And well, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad. Could use a little more color, but it feels crispy. Now let's score. 0, 1, 2. Okay, 3 for the air fryer. That's rough, buddy.
It was just soggy chicken.
There's a very faint taste of metal.
Number 2, shallow fry. The key here is the oil doesn't cover the chicken. It's a shallow fry. That's why they call it shallow. Now for this, we're gonna pound our thighs, not the first time, a bit thinner between layers of plastic wrap and fry them in batches of 2. And we're gonna fry them in about a 1/3 inch of oil, turning often until crispy and cooked through. Season with some additional salt. It's brown, but it doesn't give much flakiness, which I didn't like. But the scores will speak for itself. 7, 8, and 5. Well, 20 total, so we got a liter. Hopefully that gets beaten. Number 3, roasted. I don't know where this term came from, and frankly, I have never done it before. It's pressure cooker fried chicken. I don't know if you're supposed to do this at home. We had to Google some Instant Pot recipes for this. Same breaded chicken, put in some oil, temp at 350, set it to pressure cook time 10 minutes, and well, it didn't exactly quite come to pressure, but it did fry the chicken. Season it taste with salt, and I want to make a quick point. We had to buy a whole new pressure cooker just to get this to work, and it still didn't come to pressure, so maybe just don't do this at home. But let's see the scores. 1, 6, and 2. So that comes in at second place with 9.
I was just like, this sucks.
Jeez, this is rough. Next up, number 4, baked fried chicken. I'm hesitant saying a meat can be baked. I really think that doesn't make sense. So we have a sheet pan that we left in the oven while it preheated to 400 degrees. We add a little oil to that hot pan so as to help with the quote-unquote frying. Lay on your dredged thighs, put it back in the oven, roast, fry, bake, whatever, for 6 minutes, flip, place it back in, and cook for another 6 to 8 minutes or until golden. Yeah, salt or not, this is not looking very good. 1, 3, and another 3, so 7. It's about what I expected. Number 5, pan fried. Now, what the hell's the difference between this and shallow fry? There's a little bit more oil in the pan. It's closer to a deep fry, but not quite. It's kind of like being out in the range. Got a cast iron skillet, feels like the South. So in batches, you got a large cast iron filled halfway with 350-degree oil. You add your dredged chicken, you fry, you flip. I will say it browns really unevenly this way, so you kind of have to baste it to get a good color, but let's salt it and taste test. Our first score, 9, 8, and 9. Wow, a 26. I don't know if this can be beaten. And that brings us to a real contender that still has the chance to take the crown here. The traditional, my favorite, the deep fry. If this doesn't win, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It has to. You know this method. You got a big pot filled with 350-degree oil. It is full of oil. You gently lay in your chicken and it is swimming in that oil, frying until a beautiful, evenly crispy, golden brown, delicious emerges. I mean, look at this. You pull it out, you drain it, add a little extra salt to taste. I mean, I'm nervous. nervous because we have to beat an almost perfect score of 26. A 10, our first 10, and another 10. Okay, we need 7 to win this. And we come in with an 8. Deep fried wins the method category. I'm not surprised.
Definition of fried chicken, right there.
Moving on to the American category. Look, thanks to Southern cooking, the US of A has birthed many different fried chickens, and some of which I can't say I'm proud of, but they exist. So let's start off with a good one. Number 7, chicken tenders. Look, kids love them. I think that they're overrated, to be honest, but whatever. Again, same marinade and dredge as the method section. The only difference is we use chicken breasts, which were sliced into like 4 or 5 strips like this. That's it. I guess it's chicken strips, isn't it? Number 7, chicken strips, whatever. So in batches of 2, we're gonna deep fry these bad boys. You pull them out, season with a little extra salt, and let's rate them. 8, 7, and a 7. Score 22. Number 8, popcorn chicken. Again, I think that this is one of those things that was lost in childhood and most people don't really care about it anymore, but hey, maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see how it goes. Same marinade and dredge as the method section, except we're using breast, not thighs. But we cut the chicken into, well, tiny little half-inch popcorn size pieces. You dredge, you fry, and I mean, really, this is just a size thing, so how much better could it do than the tenders? An 8, an 8, and a 10 coming in at 26. That's actually shockingly close to the highest score of all time. For a little guy, that's a win. Moving on to number 9, Nashville hot chicken. One of my most favorite chickens of all time. This is a special thing that exists nowhere else on planet Earth. So it's a new marinade and a new dredge, but for the most part, this is the exact same recipe from my Nashville hot chicken video, but for simplicity's sake, it gets breaded, it gets fried, you take some hot oil, you pour the hot oil in a medley of spices. You whisk that together, and you toss your freshly fried chicken in that hot oil. You know, just don't forget to put on some white bread, maybe some pickles. That's a special chicken right there. Let's vote. Our first score, a 9, and another 9 coming in at 27. We now have a new American category leader right here.
I'm sweating.
At this point, we're 9 fried chickens in and we've just begun. I wonder what's going on in our judges' heads.
What if I can never eat fried chicken again after this?
You know, Vikram, there's a better way to address this fear and take care of your mental health. That's why today's sponsor is BetterHelp.
Really?
Look, add or not, mental health is extremely important. Even in the industry that I come from, mental health has been ignored for generations because finding a good therapist can be really hard. But BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist much easier and more affordable. You fill out a survey and get matched with a professional licensed therapist, and in just a few days, you can start therapy from your own home without being limited to therapists that are only near you.
Yay!
Folks, please, take care of yourself physically, but especially mentally. If you want to learn more about BetterHelp, click the link in my description, betterhelp.com/Weissman, for 10% off your first month with BetterHelp to see if online therapy is for you. Now back to the video.
Now, moving on to our next contender, number 10, Buttermilk American. I almost feel like this represents all of the American category, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel if this one loses. This is straight up buttermilk marinated with spices, spices with dredge, think KFC old school. You dredge it, you fry it until golden brown, give it a little kick of salt, and now we rate. A 10, an 8, and a 9. Coming in at 27. We have a tie between Buttermilk and Nashville. We're gonna need a damn near perfect score in order to beat these. Moving on to number 11, Barberton fried chicken. Okay, so this has got a confusing history. So this was created by people from Serbia, but originated in Barberton, Ohio, apparently? I don't know the accuracy of that. That's supposedly the truth. What sets it apart? Well, you're gonna dredge it in flour with no seasoning. It specifies no seasoning, which I really dislike. Then egg, also unseasoned. And then you're gonna season breadcrumbs with salt and pepper. That's it. Weird. And you fry it in lard till it comes out like this. It looks nice. Did an airline chicken breast. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty cool. I have a feeling it's gonna taste horrible.
Oh no.
Our ratings come in at 7. What? 7. A 0. That's more like it. And a 1. So 8.
But the chicken itself is very juicy.
This took me back to college when the first time I ever cooked chicken, I just forgot to put salt on it.
Moving on to number 12, chicken fries. You know, this one's for the king. We have a recipe for chicken fries, but better. It's the exact same recipe, you know, grind, form, bread, fry. Look at that. They're chicken fries. It's an American abomination. So let's rate. A 7, a 6, and an 8. So 21. Can you do something for me, you know? Sorry. Moving on to number 13, chicken nuggets. This is the one and only GOAT of American fried chicken. So wrong and yet so right. I can respect it, okay? This is my McDonald's but better recipe. Again, ground, form, secret breading, multiple dips, fried, remove, which I then decided to fry again for extra crisp. Now the ratings are gonna roll in at 4. Wow, that's rough. 8, okay, and a 9 for another 21.
Didn't taste as good as the stick. And I feel like it's the exact same thing.
On to number 14, orange chicken. Whoa, Josh, what? Why is this in the American category? Because ultimately, orange chicken, I mean, let's be honest, it's arguably the greatest Chinese-American sauce of all time, which really was popularized by Panda. And guess what? This is my Panda Express orange chicken, but better. What do you think? It's breaded, it's fried, you've got a thick soy orange glaze, you toss it with the glaze. I mean, I imagine this will score high, but I really don't know how high. And so our first score comes in at a solid 10. Wow. And another 10. And a perfect score with a final third 10. The highest possible score you can receive, 30 points. I mean, this is our winner, right? The only option is for a tie, which I doubt the next one's going to get a perfect score, but we'll find out, which is buffalo style wings. We'll see. So you get your Frank's Red Hot. You get it hot, like physically hot. Emulsify in butter. Whisk a little cornstarch slurry in there. Get it nice and silky. Dust your wings with flour, you fry them till golden brown, you remove, and you toss with the sauce. That's it, right? That's so simple. A 10. Another 10. Hold on. There's no way. And a third 10. Let's go! We have our tie. There's only one tiebreaker in this game, and it's me.
Okay, here we go. This is available for pre-order. My new book, Texture Over Taste, is in the link in the description. Please pre-order today. Let's talk about this. I feel like I'm looking at 2 of my children, and I have to pick which one I like more. Here we go. My God. This is the best buffalo wing I think we've ever made. Oh man, you can't make me make this decision. Why? Why do I have to make this decision? Oh, I'm sorry. In this very moment, although I love them both, I'm saying this is getting 51% and this is giving 49%. I mean, it's just so balanced. It's what I want in this very moment. So let's move on.
So far, we have our method winner of deep fried, our American winner of buffalo wings. Now we find our third and final winner to see what our super fried chicken will become, which leads us to international chickens. We're gonna start off with number 16, Malaysian ayam goreng. Look, the marinade's important. You got galangal, lemongrass, shallots, ginger, all sorts of things, all in a blender. You put it with your boneless chicken thighs. You marinate it, ideally overnight. Again, full recipe is gonna be on my website, link in the description. Then at this point, you just take one piece of chicken at a time, toss in cornstarch, shake off the excess, and deep fry until crispy golden brown. Now let's see what the taste testers think. A 3. Okay, come on now. An 8 and a 7. We got good scores from people who are thinking, I guess. I don't know. 18.
This one tasted like one of the other ones, so that's why I got a low score.
Number 17, torikatsu. It's, like tonkatsu, but with chicken, specifically chicken breast. So I split my breast in half lengthwise, the chicken one. Season it with salt, dredge it in flour, egg wash, panko breadcrumbs until fully coated, and then you just deep fry till GBD, okay? Golden brown, delicious. Take it out, season with a little additional salt, serve with katsu sauce, maybe a little bit of togarashi. Now our taste testers are gonna give it a 10, solid 10, wow. A 6 and a 6, and we now have our lead coming in at 22. Moving on, number 18. Now we're gonna do a German schnitzel method, but instead of veal or pork, we're gonna do chicken because, well, it's fried chicken. This counts as a fried chicken method, right? Cut your chicken breast in half lengthwise, give it a little salt, you dredge in flour, then eggs, and then just plain breadcrumbs. Now I will say this is a bit thick. I think that this should have been thinner and wider. So for all of those who are watching this going, that's not schnitzel, you're right. It should have been thinner. Nonetheless, we fry that bad boy till nice GBD and cook through, and maybe a little herb of your choice, and maybe some flaky salt to finish. And now the taste test. Our scores come in at a 9, a 10, and a 5. A new leader coming in at 24 points. Now, number 19, pollo frito. Supposedly the fried chicken of Florence. You get some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, you cut it into 1-inch cubes. This was kind of weird, so it gets marinated with all sorts of things like lemon zest, crushed garlic, parsley, lemon, maybe a little rosemary, salt, bay leaf, and then just drenched in olive oil. Very Italian. And then you just let it marinate. With the way that this is marinating, I'm not really sure if these flavors are gonna get in there the way that I want, but you know what? You dredge it in flour, salt, and eggs, and then you just deep fry it until GBD. Take it out, season with additional salt. Now the taste test. And our judges are gonna give it a 5. Wow. 4. Oh, and another 5. 14. Ruthless. Now number 20, chicharrón de pollo. I already like the name of this. Sounds great. So kind of a similar seasoning vibe. You got more chicken pieces going into a bowl with sazon, orange juice, lime juice, olive oil, garlic, all sorts of things like that, right? Kind of a similar marination vibe. You toss the marinated chicken in flour, shake off the excess, fry, GBD, drain, a little extra salt to taste. Now the taste test. And our judges gave it an 8, an 8, and a 7. So 23, okay.
Has a little punch to it.
Now for number 21, and don't ask me if it can do something for me, okay? Brazilian frango a passarinho. How did I do on that pronunciation? Probably not great, sorry. Okay, again, very similar. 1-inch pieces of boneless chicken thigh, okay? Not breast. Garlic, onion, parsley, lemon juice, spices, olive oil, and salt. And then you just marinate for 1 to 2 hours. The dredge is a little different. It's flour and baking powder. Imagine the baking powder is gonna give it some sort of aeration somehow. So toss your chicken in that, shake off the excess. These you're gonna shallow fry in a cast iron skillet. Remove, salt generously, and garnish with parsley. And that scored out to be a 6, a 4, and a 4. So 14. That didn't do it for him. Okay. Moving on to number 22. This is called Chicken 65. That's the actual name, which I like. I think this is an interesting recipe. It's less about breading and more about spices. So the marinade is a mix of yogurt, lime zest, lemon juice, garam masala, all sorts of other spices, curry leaves. You add in 1-inch pieces of boneless, skinless chicken thighs into that mix, and you marinate ideally overnight. When you're done marinating, you remove the curry leaves, and you just simply add rice flour and cornstarch and egg white to that bowl and mix. That's it. Then in your deep fry oil, you're gonna fry some additional curry leaves, which will pop extremely violently, and a few Thai chilies sliced in half till blistered. So that's gonna be your garnish. Now, once that's done, take your chicken out, you deep fry it till a beautiful deep GBD. Drain on a wire rack, and then this is the next bit. You're gonna make the sauce in a wok. Immediately after that, you heat up your wok, a little oil, curry leaves, Thai chilies, garlic. Make sure not to burn it because it's very hot. Then you're gonna add Kashmiri chili, black pepper, stir fry. Add a little bit of water, and you're gonna cook that down until it's almost evaporated and you got a little bit of a paste remaining. Then you add your chicken, you toss to coat, season with salt as needed, and that's Chicken 65. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Josh, that's supposed to be red like Ronald McDonald's nose. Well, listen, Ronald McDonald, I think, is confused, but more specifically, a lot of restaurants use red food dye, which we didn't, so there you go. Our first rating with, 1, okay, a 6 and an 8. Tough crowd, 15.
I didn't like the taste at all. Take it away.
Number 23, Hot Yai Thai fried chicken wings. We have a lot of flavor going in the blender. Garlic, cilantro, different soy sauces, sugar. You blend it, pour it over the wings, mix by hand, cover, marinate for a few hours. This is what's interesting. You just literally add rice flour to your marinade, mix it, and you get like a paste. And then you deep fry, you pull it out, you drain, maybe a little extra salt, top with fried shallots, little cilantro, and now our judges judge. Our first rating, 7, a 10, and a 9.
This is the best chicken I've ever had. Shots brought it way up.
26, we have our new leader for the international category. This is gonna be a tough one to beat. Number 24, I love the name of this, Hakka Chinese chili chicken. This is actually an Indian-Chinese fusion from Kolkata. I don't actually know for sure. It's an interesting recipe. You got bite-sized boneless, skinless chicken thigh. You add ginger, some spices, some Shaoxing wine, soy sauce, and egg white for some reason. You mix and marinate. Separately, you have sort of a flour, cornstarch, baking soda vibe going on, so another aerated thing. Now, you're gonna need some other veggies, onion, Thai chili, garlic, whatever, right? But for the sauce, it's chicken stock, Shaoxing wine, dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, vinegar, sriracha, and ketchup. Whisk and reserve that. Now, you're gonna take those dry ingredients from earlier, toss your chicken until coated, and then deep fried till crispy golden brown and delicious. Oh, I added a crispy there. Now, in a wok, you're gonna add your veggies, give it a stir, a little sugar, white pepper, add your sauce, bring to a boil, add in your fried chicken, toss to coat, and, well, that's it. I mean, I don't love this because it seemed like it took away some of the crunch. Our first vote, 2. So there's that. A 7 and a 7, coming in at 16. So that got blown out.
Tastes like chicken, but I don't feel like it's fried chicken.
Next up, number 25, Thatu chicken. Not like thought, like the kind of thought that you're probably thinking of. Nasty. You get a mixing bowl, you're gonna add garlic, ginger, curry leaves, yogurt, a few other things. You're gonna whisk in some eggs, and then goes in your boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Mix again, marinate for 1 to 2 hours. And look, frying these is actually really simple. 1 piece at a time, you're gonna cook for a few minutes, flipping halfway, salt, and that's actually it. Stack high, garnish with cilantro. I don't know about this one, but the judges will decide. First vote, a 3. Wow, this guy is out for blood. A 7 and a 2. Okay, not good.
I don't think of this as fried chicken. Didn't do it for me.
Moving on to number 26, Yan Suji, also called Taiwanese salt and pepper chicken. The marinade is key, okay? Sugar, salt, Chinese 5-spice, white peppers, light soy sauce, and beer, but nothing dark. Little garlic, that gets marinated. This is an important thing here. The dry finishing spice, okay? Salt, curry powder, Chinese 5-spice, and white pepper. This is the special, well, not sauce, dry sauce, seasoning. Now to dredge your chicken, you're using sweet potato flour, which I thought was really unusual. I didn't really even know that was used in fried chicken, to be honest with you. Then you're gonna deep fry that till cooked nicely, drain, season generously with your reserve finishing spice, and the judge's taste. First score coming in at 7, an 8, and an 8. So far, we don't have a dethroning of our leading international man. Number 27, one of my most favorite types of fried chicken, karaage. I mean, this has got to be one of the most popular Japanese fried chickens in the game. So first, you're gonna marinate your chicken, ginger, garlic, soy, shiradashi, maybe a little mirin, and honey. 1-inch cubes of chicken go in. You're gonna marinate it, and then you're gonna immediately toss in cornstarch, coat it thoroughly, deep fry, crispy golden brown, delicious. Remove, wire rack, and season with a little bit of shimi togarashi and salt to taste. Now we rate. This one's close to my heart. Here we go. A 10. Okay. Another 10. Okay, we're looking good. And an 8. We have our new international leader coming in at 28 points.
It's so good.
It's perfect.
So moving on to number 28, chicken Kiev. Literally butter stuffed chicken. I mean, it's quite basic. You make a compound butter, whatever you want. Okay, this has got parsley and a few other ingredients. Looks cool when it's green, right? Refrigerate your compound butter so that it's firm. Now you're gonna unroll your chicken, almost like some sort of beautiful chef's knife roll. Flatten it out. Slice your firmed up compound butter, place in the center of your chicken, roll it up, and tighten it in plastic wrap into a nice torchon. Now let that rest in the freezer for a few minutes so it firms up, and then you're gonna dredge it in something very basic. Flour, egg, then panko breadcrumbs, and it looks like this. A bit like a sausage. Now you're gonna deep fry until golden brown, but listen carefully. The inside's not gonna be fully cooked, so you're gonna pop it into a hot oven until fully cooked, pull it out, and well, I mean, we gotta see the cross section, right? Carefully. Wow. That, yeah, I'd eat that. I mean, this has gotta score pretty high. So our first score, 9. Okay, strong start. A 5. Okay, not good. And another 9. So 23, not quite breaking the top 3.
It's good. It's just not fried chicken.
That's true.
Moving on, number 29, chicken cordon bleu. I think this is overrated, to be honest. It's butterfly chicken, yeah, Swiss cheese, ham, roll it up. Again, same dredge, flour, egg wash, panko, deep fry, finish it in the oven. You split it, and look, it's got a nice cheese pull in the middle. It's good. It's just a little overrated. Whatever. Hopefully the judges agree. So their first score comes in at a 9, an 8, and a 10. So 27 points, which puts it at second place, and I also don't agree with that, but whatever. Number 30, Har Chung Gai from Singapore. Shrimp paste. There's a lot of it. Look, it's not my personal taste, but we're gonna try to do our best to do this right. So it's a marinade of Shaoxing wine, white pepper, sugar, MSG, right? But here's the kicker. A very pungent, large quantity of shrimp paste and egg. You're gonna add your chicken wings, you're gonna toss them, you're gonna marinate it. I'm not a huge fan of large quantities of shrimp paste, but maybe there's something special here. All right, we got a dredge of a few different starches mixed together, a little baking soda. You're gonna add all of that together to make sort of a paste on the wings. And well, you deep fry. I will tell you right now that if you're gonna make this, just understand that the scent is just strong. That's all, okay? I respect shrimp paste. It's just very shrimpy. But our judges are ultimately determining this. Our first score comes in at -1. That's not even allowed. A 0 and a 6. So I guess this is a 5 if we're gonna illegally allow the negative.
No, I don't want to swallow that.
It's juicy.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to our next contender, Chongqing chicken. This is one of the greatest Chinese Sichuan-style chickens in the world. It has a chance to win here. Bite-sized pieces of boneless, skin-on chicken thighs, lightly tossed with salt, soy sauce, Shaoxing wine. You want to keep the skin intact a bit here. Now, for the fry, you're gonna toss the coat in cornstarch, deep fry for a few minutes, drain, and then once it's crispy and cooked, you're gonna heat a wok over high heat. This is interesting. You're gonna add, I'm so sorry for the pronunciation of this, kaiziyu, which is this kind of oil, which is literally what it's called. Once that's hot, you're gonna add green onion, jalapeno, garlic, and Sichuan peppercorns, chilies, and chili flakes. Let that toast, make it, nice and fragrant. Which is gonna happen very quickly. Listen carefully. Do not burn any of these things. It ruins everything you worked hard for. Now you're gonna add your fried chicken, MSG, salt, sugar, green onion tops, cut off the heat, and toss to coat thoroughly. I gotta say, the fragrance that's in the air is one of the most beautiful things that I've smelled, and unlike anything that I've smelled. Now, our first vote comes in at a 9 and a 10 and another 10. We have our new first place leader in international coming in at almost a perfect score of 29. I'm happy with this. This feels like justice. Now on to our final fried chicken. I have to tell you something. I think this is the best recipe in the entire video. And simultaneously, in order for it to win, it would need to get a completely perfect 10, 10, and 10 score. It has a fighting chance, but man, my emotions are riding on this one. Number 32, Korean fried chicken. You've seen me make this many times, but let me save you some time. This is the recipe for my Korean fried chicken video. It's seasoned and marinated in salt and aromatics, tossed in cornstarch, fried twice, and tossed with a beautiful deep red gochujang sauce. I mean, this has got to be one of the most beloved chickens in the world, so the judges are activated. Coming in at an 8, 9, and a 10. Damn. Our winner shines to be the Chongqing chicken in the international, which means that we have all of our winners across all categories. For the methods, deep fry. For the American style, buffalo wings. And for the international, Chongqing. We're taking this somewhere that nobody has ever taken this before. We're gonna combine all of the best elements of these winners into a singular fried chicken. And hopefully, maybe, we discover the greatest fried chicken on planet Earth. and I'm tasting. Let's begin. First, let's talk about buttermilk fried chicken, okay? They're marinated. It's buttermilk, garlic powder, salt, other spices. Put that all in, whisk it together. You add your chicken wings. Okay, we're going with wings for this. It just makes sense. You can go with other things, but we're going with wings. You got your seasoned flour, you know, onion powder, garlic, salt, whisk, whatever. You can add really anything you want, but I'm keeping it chill, okay? Because we got a lot of other going in. Take your marinated chicken, you bread it thoroughly. Get a nice coating, get your flakes. Don't f around here. I want this thing to hold up to the sauce. If it can't hold up to the sauce, well, then you're lost, or whatever the saying goes. Anyway, you deep fry it, okay? While that's frying, we're gonna make our sauce. What do we use? We are gonna use the chef's best friend, a blender that has a power level so high that it's measured in horsepower. So, medium sauce pot, medium heat. You're gonna add your toasted rapeseed oil. This was the key to the Chongqing chicken, okay? Something about this added an unusual flavor, and I knew I needed it, okay? A lot of it. I'm gonna cook off some green onions, some garlic, turn the heat off, add a little Sichuan peppercorns, some Sichuan whole chili pods, salt, sugar, MSG, Sichuan chili flakes, Shaoxing wine, dark soy. Cook it down just a little bit, Pop it into a blender. Blend that on high as possible. I want that as smooth as we can get it, okay? Put that into a pint cup, set it to the side. In that same blender, you're gonna add Frank's Red Hot sauce that has been heated till steamy hot. Start blending that on medium high, and you're gonna slowly add in a little bit of cold butter, a little bit at a time, right? Maybe a little bump of xanthan gum if needed. Look, it's a terminology in the restaurant industry. It's around 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now, turn that up to high, about 5 seconds. Now you're gonna add that blended Chongqing sauce from earlier, right? Turn that up to high, loosen with a little bit of shiradashi. Once it's nice and emulsified and smooth, you're gonna blend in 4 cloves of raw garlic at the end specifically. That is the key here, okay? This is the balancer. And, well, hopefully here, we've got our wings, which have been dredged, fried. Remove your beautifully deep fried wings, place into a bowl, cover with this amalgamation of a sauce that seems so right, so wrong, so complicated. And as I was saucing this, I started to realize not only have we made something that has never existed before, but this could be the fried chicken of our dreams. Let's find out.
It all comes down to this. Over 30 fried chickens tasted, hours of work to create this. And hopefully it's good. I gotta say, this looks in the greatest way possible. I guess I'll just go for it. Holy the way the sauce saturates the breading, and yet the crunch does not yield. It's got the deep fried chicken texture, but then it immediately rolls into like, oh, this is buffalo sauce. There's some other culture. It's garlicky, it's spicy. There's nothing I've ever tasted in my life like this. And granted, there's a lot of ingredients and a lot of steps to get to this point, but hey, if you wanna try it, I promise you, you will never have a chicken wing. Not only this good, but this complex in your life. Was it worth it? Yes. I absolutely will be making this again, and if you wanna make it, the link will be in the description, but so is my cookbook. Pre-order the cookbook, we worked really hard on it. It's a very special book. Don't forget, if you want an affordable and easy way to take care of your mental health through online therapy, check out our sponsor, BetterHelp, link in the description, betterhelp.com/Weissman. My link gets 10% off your first month.